Fine. Good evening, sir.
Julia, how are you guys doing?
Fine. We're already pitying your voice before you gave the warning that we should not stress the voice.
Please.
Try not
and I have IG live today, tomorrow, and next tomorrow.
Have today again.
No, as in this one we are doing, then I have tomorrow, then I have next tomorrow.
Well, I keep the guilty conscience aside in Jesus' name.
Yeah, so
Wow. First of all, let me just say it as it is. Thank you so much, and everybody say a big thank you to PK. I mean, Instagram took us down, and even before I said anything to PK, he was already mentioning he needs to do some collaboration with us to make sure the word is out there. You know, I know we chat and we talk. You make it so easy, but the honest truth is, we know where we place you, and we'll continue to place you. So it's just humbling when that happens. Even coming to this point where I had to tell you, like yesterday with Pastor Beauty, we realized we're not at 30 days on the new handle, and we would have to start it and we join. We are just so grateful, so grateful. And before we say anything, I know you guys have been listening to PK. Please make sure you join the communities or the teams all around. I mean, you're a gift, and it is what it is. We are grateful that you're doing this. I mean, there are two reasons we are doing this. Just number one, to gist out the time, get value. Number two, this is PK helping us also, you know, announce that we still do, in case those people who used to know us. And for those who did not know us, this PK saying, look
you
at
will
this.
know us now. Yes.
You know, so we are just grateful for that. Completely grateful.
You're welcome, Jerry. We're happy. We're happy to have more people doing what we do. The work is enormous, so I'm so happy seeing people passionate and also scriptural. You know, there are many people in our field that are not scriptural. They are following trends, but when we see scriptural people, good people, it's very, very exciting. So everybody on this live, go and follow Relationship and Marriage immediately, please. Go and follow them. Their former page was taken down, even though we're still battling that one. We've not lost hope yet. We'll still go and fight it. However, for now, everybody go and follow this page, please, immediately.
Thank you, sir. And let me throw in this announcement. We are so excited. And let me throw the announcement in quickly. We are so excited. We are in Lagos this weekend for Together Forever.
Yeah.
Hosted by PK. Yeah, is this Saturday? I mean, we're looking forward to such an amazing time. So if you're in Lagos, Nigeria, you have not registered, you're married, or you're in a serious relationship, or you're a serious adult. Those are the conditions I saw. You know, you are good to go. You know, it's this Saturday at 9 a.m. Registration is still open. Please jump in on. I don't even know how anybody will be in Lagos and Together Forever will be happening, and they will not. I mean, that would be strange. So please, let's get into it so that I can keep your earlier prayer. You know. Okay, so we are going to just ask some very straight questions. Julia will soon shoot out and let me alone here. But very first question, what's the importance of having the right partner? Now, I'm not saying this to patronize. I'm saying this as you're one of the couples we looked at, you and PM, that I personally looked at. My parents are separated. I was 8, divorced. I was 10. I mean, I'm from a properly broken home, you know, in the sense of marital issues.
Yeah.
So I had to look at people, you know, look at examples. Early on, it was listening to Pastor Bimbo Odukoya that I never met, never was in a meeting, never, so many nevers, you know. But she was this shining light we were hearing of why being students in school. Her book.
Got access to her book.
Exactly. I saw just one, you know, but you and PM are such an inspiration. You doing life together, doing this together, travels, ministrations, and all. What's the importance of, you know, using your life too as an example of having the right life partner in your life?
Oh, it is so simple. It is so straightforward. It's the reason Nigeria has not won World Cup. It's the reason Nigeria has not won World Cup, because you win or lose from team selection.
Mm. Mm.
As usual, Nigeria will pray before and after every match, but we are not even qualifying for World Cup again. It's not a prayer cup; it's world football. But we are praying before and after match, so we are likely not to make. We didn't make last World Cup. We're likely not to make this one again. So you win or lose from team selection. So most of the stress people face in marriage is about getting the right fit. There's no right or wrong spouse. There's just a right or wrong fit. All
Mm.
right. The thing that you say you can't stand in somebody else, there's probably somebody that would enjoy that quality.
Wow.
You
Wow.
understand? So usually it's about the right or wrong fit. For instance, there are some women that say, me, I want a man that will pay all my bills. There are some men also that are saying, I want a woman that will pay all our bills. You must marry
Wow.
themselves. It's now when I want a man that will pay all my bills, go and marry, I want a partner, a woman that will build with me. That's where counseling now starts. All right? So there's no right or wrong partner, just right. There are some women that don't care what their husband is doing on his phone. What is what we're
Mm.
shouting about? Some women don't care.
True.
So you must marry that woman that doesn't care. You must marry that one that man too that doesn't care to show what's in his phone. They must marry. There's only a challenge when a woman that wants transparency marries a Jacobanish, magician, a
Exactly.
Jugunu, a Django. You know, you know, then that's when there's a problem. So there is no right or wrong person. There's only a right or wrong fit. So
Mm.
once the fit is wrong, my first book, actually, many, this book will probably be 20 something years old now.
Mm.
If I need to review some of those books, because when I wrote them, life has changed greatly from now. Yes, I need to review those books. One of my first ever books was a book titled 25 Wrong Reasons People Enter Relationships.
Wow.
And what I
Wow.
said in that, in fact, the book was typed by a Muslim girl. And when the girl typeset or whatever the book, the girl begged us to photocopy the book. We have not even published
Wow.
it. She said she wants to photocopy it, that the book is so good. She learned, so because she was typing, she was reading it. So she said she was a Muslim girl. She was begging us to photocopy it. And what I established in that book is that if you marry for the wrong reason, you
Mm.
are most likely married the wrong person.
Yeah.
And once you marry that wrong person, almost nothing can be right. All right. Everything you even do, even for good, turns out wrong. There are
Mm.
some women that don't want romance, that don't mind romance. They just want a man that will bring money.
Yeah.
Some women, money is not their problem. They want a real relationship. They want friendship. They want companionship. All right. So you can't overemphasize the importance of choosing the right person. Everything rises and falls on the quality of partner that you choose. Like we always say, the quality of eggs determine the quality of the omelette. What I'm seeing going on is that people want to marry just anybody they like,
Mm.
then they want to control the outcome.
Mm.
I said, no,
Mm.
you do not choose those two. You choose only one. When you
Please,
choose the person,
not to
yes,
cut you. Can every Julia needs to step off now? I don't mind because this thing I don't want distraction. Go. Thank you. All right. Sir, you need to repeat that one. And may I request everybody on the live to type that in the comment? People want to choose anyone they like and control the outcome. People
mhm,
choose anything and control the outcome. You cannot control the outcome.
yes,
Please just type in the comment. Let's just have it think because this is big deal. The reason sorry you have to continue this line.
right.
The reason why this hit me the moment you said it, I saw PM minister at House on the Rock in London recently.
Mhm,
She was talking about the past when the pastor invited her, talked about her as a daughter, and PM came in and also like emphasized those days when she had so many questions. Please type that statement, please. Emphasized how she had so many questions, and he was always there to answer. She was this guy in church who would even come and question his message, and
yes.
patience to answer, sir, you know, we did not discuss anything about this life. We just say, let's flow.
Yes.
As we were speaking, it just occurred to me that you did not go and just pick one girl,
Yeah.
that you will go and be the one that is trying to make her
Ah.
Muruchio. Please carry on, sir. Please.
Because this thing you just said now, I've seen so many people go and marry someone that is not a Christian, now want to force the person to live like a Christian.
Wow. Wow.
They've gone to take someone that is not a Christian, they now want the person to live by the dictates and principles of Christianity. He is not a Christian. He can never understand accountability, never understand oneness. In fact, when you marry, if you're a believer, you marry a non-believer. Excuse me.
Bless you.
If you're a believer, you marry a non-believer. The Bible says both of you can never be one. It's not a suggestion, it's a fact. 2 Corinthians 6:14. It's a what concord, what agreement, what communion has light and darkness, Belial and Satan, righteousness with unrighteousness. He said you can never be one. You have ceased at that point to really enjoy oneness in marriage. You will have something close to it, but you will never have the real deal. So you can't choose anybody and now want to control the outcome. No, from the person you choose, that choice controls the outcome. If you choose an unbeliever, both of you can never have a truly spiritual home, because one of the members is not even in the spirit realm at all. So he cannot participate. From the person you choose. There's a popular story I always share. I and my wife were traveling and we were on a plane, and we're always particular about our seats because we talk throughout the flight. So there was a barricade between the two seats. They do that so that in case you're not traveling with the person next to you, you can have your privacy. So we called the person and said, how do we bring this thing down? Because we noticed there were two down buttons on each side, but we were pressing it, but it wasn't going. And the person said, both of you must press that down button at the same time.
Wow.
For that, that means both of you must be in that agreement for that thing to go down. So me now, being a good student, I'm always inquisitive and curious. I said, so how do you take it up? The person said, only one person can take it up.
Whoa.
Yes, only one person can take it up. Meaning it takes two people to build intimacy, to build a solid thing, to build a marriage, to build closeness. But it only takes one person to damage it. So every day I run into people that tell me, Pastor, I did everything right. I say, you did everything right except picking right. You prayed, you fasted, you did everything, but you pick wrong. And from the day you pick wrong, it has put a limit on what you can get out of marriage. It is limited forever and ever and ever. Except of God, there's divine intervention. But apart from that, it's limited. So two people, if you are building, two people must cooperate. But to destroy, you can still have a good heart. You can still have good intention. You can still be praying and fasting. If the other person on the other side doesn't have that same oneness, that marriage will not stand. That effort will not count. So this question you ask, trust me, it's the crux of the matter. If we even get it right, we don't even need to explain further. If you get that one right, we don't need to explain further. I see people, in fact, I see what I taught in the Leeds conference this weekend. I differentiated relationship as a noun and relationship as a verb. Many people want relationship as a noun. So they see somebody, they just have emotional feeling for the person and they choose the person. Then they start looking for connection and relationship and similar values. As I know, a lot of the things people are asking me in counseling are things that should have been what determined if they will even date or marry this person. You can't go and carry a woman and now say she's not respectful. I say, no, it is whether she's respectful that should have made you marry her. You don't go and now carry anything you see on the road and now say, oh, he's not faithful. No, it's whether he was faithful that should. In fact, somebody asked me a question. Sorry, guys. Somebody asked me a question in Leicester, and the person said he has been dating someone for like 5 months, long distance relationship. I think he's in the UK, she's in Nigeria, for about 5 months. And the lady wants to come to the UK to come and either study or do one of these things they do to stay. And she needed money to do it. The money is not so great, but some money, significant money, but not too wide. But the guy he said he didn't have that kind of money, or he wasn't willing to invest that money yet in the level of relationship where they were. He said the moment he told the girl began to shout insult
Wow.
him, tell him that she's sure he's seen somebody else. This. I say, you see, you people always start from the end and now start working back to the beginning. It is character like this that should tell me if you will date somebody
At
at all. You
all.
don't go and start, then start trying to shape the person into what you would like. You start from what you would like before you go into relationship. That way you will not need to be doing arguments and fights. So that's what happens.
Wow. This is so it's like deliverance service for singles. This is so profound, like so profound. Somebody asked a question earlier, and I believe some other people have those kind of questions. Let's quickly touch that, then we'll take the next question. Where can we get your books?
Oh, all my books on Amazon. Can get on Amazon. But if you're in Africa or Nigeria, I don't know if we have Amazon in Nigeria now.
No,
You don't have.
very expensive.
Oh, okay. So just reach out to my team. You can DM me or DM my office or my team, and then they'll mail it to you or send it to you in Nigeria, or you can get soft copy from anywhere. But if you're outside the country, Amazon is your best bet.
Yeah, because Amazon will deliver paperback.
Yes.
Yeah, Kindle is an option, but I mean paperback is the odd one for. Okay, so I'm still going to touch on this subject because
Yes.
sometimes it looks like the level to which emotion controls people. We need to do
Oh,
surgery to plan
yes.
thought. How hard is it for a human being to change? How hard? How hard is it for a human being to change?
It's not even a worthy project. I'm
Adventure.
telling you. Because even when you want to change yourself, you see how difficult it is. So it's risky to be banking on, changing another person. It's just not a worthy, thing to do. That job is the job of the Holy Spirit. So what you need to do is to be looking for people that are already on the same page, on the same direction, that have been working on themselves. And actually, between me and you, years ago, I used to just tell people, marry us. Why are people not marrying? But now, we used to think there was just a scarcity of good Christian men. But now, the scarcity is now both ways. It's even hard to find good women
True.
now, So, if for anybody looking for a spouse, you have to be in the spiritual. Bible says, prudent wife is from the Lord. You need God to guide you and to bless you with a good husband or a good wife, because there is serious scarcity of good people. And I'm saying this to say, instead of us just praying and praying, let's start developing ourselves.
Yeah.
All right. So that you become a good thing. He that finds a wife finds a good thing. You will become a good thing that God will give to someone, whether you're male or female. We need that. Just like you mentioned my wife, it wasn't because she was trying to marry me that she was building herself. She was building herself before I met her. And when I met her, she had built herself to the point where she is the kind of person that can fit into what God had prepared. All right. So that's very crucial. Some people have not developed, even guys, you've not developed yourself to the point where God gives you one of his daughters. You are at a state of maturity, where you can handle her. So that's what is going on. Many people are praying for marriage. Many people want to marry desperately, but they are not in a good place. If you give them a wife right now, they don't know what to do with it. If you give them a husband right now, they don't know what to do with her. I tell people, how do you even like a girl that has 70 posts on her Instagram? All the posts are her face, turning like this, turning like this, turning like this, her back. Her life revolves around her. This is the person you want to recruit. Marriage is like recruitment. You're recruiting a helper. You're recruiting a helper. So you have to see that your life is serious. You have something else. Do you have a life? Not just that 70 picture. All is your different makeup. All your different side. That's all you're doing to your life.
Else you are giving to the world.
See, those kind of people will come with entitlement. They think your job is to pay for their makeup and pay for their wig. Those are the discussions you hear among some circles. A man will pay for a wig and pay. If you're a wife, you are coming to help. And when you're coming to help, you are bringing skills, helping skills. That's what you're bringing. You can manage funds, you can earn money. If the guy is in a stage where he's just building his life, things like that. If more people understood. And there are also guys that are looking for liabilities to marry as well.
Yeah.
Because the reason why some men have not married, they say, the responsibility, the load I'm looking is because you are in your mind, you thought marriage is a union of one asset and one liability. But if you understood understood that what you're actually looking for in a wife is a helper, then if you need help, you need marriage and you need.
Wow.
That's not a reason to delay marriage. It's a reason to marry quickly or quicker.
Yeah.
So you look for a helper, the woman that will stand with you, and both of you will move forward. Even if you start with one room, all right, both of you will now move forward and project your life. When you do that drink for me, like that tea thing, please, welcome. Both of you will
I
now
wish I
marry and do it.
share with you.
They are doing my own now, don't worry.
Wow. Hi, you know, sir, this it is well. I'm looking at time. This 1 hour must be utilized to the core. Sorry, we are collecting part of the strength. I know you just came back.
This is what somebody wrote here. He said, "How do you handle finances in marriage abroad?"
I was going.
Wumi, thank you.
I was going to say to that person, you need to locate PK store around that abroad, either in UK.
Wumi, where are you, Chef? Let
Exactly.
Wumi tell us where she is.
Exactly. And in fact, before we go on to, there are some other questions that came up, some which resonate with questions I was going to ask. But we've talked a lot about singles. Can you highlight the titles to some of your books that will particularly address some of these things, please?
Beautiful. So for everybody watching, first of all, go to my YouTube and subscribe.
Yeah.
Everything you're looking for is there.
Yeah.
It's always interesting when people come and ask me questions that I've dealt with issue, and they'll start with saying, "I follow you." I say, "You don't follow me. The question you're asking shows that you're not following me. You just say that
True.
you're not actually following the teachings." All right. So for me, England is big. Where exactly? So the books I would recommend for singles. When am I ready? All right, because you don't marry when you're lonely. You marry when you're ready.
Yes.
So that was a good one. Heal before you deal. Yes. Thank you, Victoria. Heal before you deal is a good one because everybody has baggage. And I said some people have a wallet, some have handbag, some have carry-on bag checking, some have checked-in luggage, some have oversized luggage. That one, their checking is different from normal place. When you have oversized, they point you to where you go and put it. Then some have cargo that is not even airport, it's ship. You go and cargo it. All these one are different baggage. And a wallet usually can carry it and life will be normal. A handbag, you can manage it. A carry-on luggage itself, you can navigate it. Once you don't reach check-in luggage, they don't allow you to take it into the plane. It's too big. To inconvenience you and other people and everybody on the plane. Oversized luggage, same thing, go inconvenience many people. Then cargo, you need a whole depot and port to receive that person. So heal before you deal. 7 questions wise women ask. Women ask the best questions when they are not in love.
Yeah.
Once they are in love, listen to me, if you're a woman, and I'm not saying it's derogatory, it's just the fact. As a woman, because you are wired principally emotionally, anything that triggers or excites you emotionally also, on the other hand, shuts down your ability to make good decisions. That's just how it works. Scientifically, it's proven that the same part of the brain responsible for the feelings of love is the same part of the brain responsible for making sound decisions. So they don't work at the same time. If one is activated, the other one shuts down. So we always demonize men for sleeping around, for having baby mama and all that. I also demonize, or let me say, I also blame women because women make horrible decisions. Once love, marriage, baby, all the sweetheart, once all these things have come in, you will see a very smart girl that is a big woman at work, top lady, making sound decisions in every other thing. Once you reach marriage or relationship, she's looking at a fool, looking at a criminal, looking at a non-entity, looking at a nuisance, and she's saying she's in love. Something has been activated that has shut down her ability to make good decisions. So in cases like that, you work with principles, not with sentiments. So the book, 7 Questions Wise Women Ask, will help you put your relationship in perspective. A woman. If a man, I have 7 qualities wise men want. Many men are in crisis marriages. Men are baseline people. Because we are project driven, we don't like drama. So we don't even know about criteria, we don't know about qualities to look out for. We just want the first fine girl, our eye catches. We say, I love her, I want to marry her. Which is also pretty, which is a past where they flying, the old women flying. They are young, fine, well made up witches now in town. All right? There are prostitutes everywhere, there are hookup girls everywhere, there are mermaids everywhere, there are really horrible women everywhere. and these guys are walking sheepishly without knowledge and just picking anybody they like. Then they now start come back and say the woman is stressing her. The woman is no. There's also an art to picking the right woman. 7 qualities wise men want is there. I have Love Letters to Mildred, the book I wrote about Pastor Mildred. It's a good book for every single. Then whether male or female. Then Manual, the way men think. 25 wrong reasons people enter relationships. How to know if he or she really loves you. It's 2 books in one. If you're a woman, there's how to know if he loves you. I gave 7 ways to know if a guy loves you. If you're a guy, there's how to know if she loves you. Because women self they scam, especially nowadays. They just said they heard God. God told them that their husband that they scam. You know, it's 2 books in one. So if you buy one, you get the 2. There's Common Love Lies that can stop you from finding true love. So my book's plenty. Just go on Amazon, type my name, you'll see all of them, or go to our website. There'll be a blessing.
In fact, that's true. And you see, I love what you said about when someone starts the conversation with how they follow you, then ask a question that you
Show
have
them.
answered, right? And let me even put this out there before I ask the next question. Don't just follow, help others to follow. Because we live in a world where you are either hurting or somebody around you is hurting. And it's always amazing when I see that resources are everywhere, like resources everywhere.
Yeah.
Then people make the same mistakes, again and again and again, rather than assess these materials. Your life can't change if you do not assess the materials God has placed. See, PK can only be in one place at once. That's the truth.
Yes.
But see materials, like the YouTube channel you're talking about, for generations to come, as long as YouTube exists.
Yes.
I mean, Masmuro has gone home to be with the Lord. He's still blessing us because material is beyond the person.
Yes.
See? And it's the same that we would have to repeat these things before some people get it. And I also say this: anything you think you are getting on IG is just like invitation. Because you should be able to endure full teaching. Get the point, or read a full material start to finish, that you're able to get the point. So please, it's this is not publicity, this is fact. You see, my life depended on the things I assessed. All right, like your life depends on. I said something about my story earlier, where I'm from. Like one of my guys, or a man of God, a dear friend, said from his pulpit, he said, "I am a product of fornication."
Wow.
He said it himself. He's
Wow.
not, he said, "I am a product of fornication." His own was not even broken home. It's that they fornicated and had him. So he knew that to go the direction he should go in life, he needed to change what produced him. And why am I speaking like it's Pastor Philip Olubaki?
Wow.
I mean, Supernatural Life Church, wonderful church, doing well for the Lord, But when a man speaks like that, he's telling you that I am not going where I'm coming from. I think it's you that said, you can be from a broken home, but do not let a broken
come out. You might come from a broken home, but don't let a broken home come out of you.
Exactly. How would it not come out of you? By changing how you think. It's a perspective matter. It's a perspective matter. So let me take the next question on. We've spoken about choices and making the right choice and all of that. What happens to a person watching this live who says, you know what, me, I'm in a bad marriage. It's not go come. I'm inside already. What do I do at this point? Marriage is bad. My partner is horrible. Blah, blah, blah. I already made the wrong choice. Here I do.
Well, that's an interesting one because it depends on what kind. There are different kinds of bad marriage.
True.
All right. There are the ones that you can work on. There are the ones that you can, survive. And there are the ones that you should not even survive, you should run for your life. So, but as a rule, we have 7 P's for dealing with a difficult marriage. All right. We have 7 P's. Number 1 is prayer, of course. Number 2 is patience. You are the one, it's your impatience that got you inside here. You can't use impatience to come to solve it. You have to relax, understand that, look, I've made a mistake and I have to take responsibility. What happens to a lot of people that make bad decisions that they want to blame somebody else?
Yeah.
Decision. You have to be patient. Sometimes people mature. For instance, women generally are more emotionally mature than men are because women are more relational. So sometimes it takes a man around 10 years to start becoming a good husband. Around 10 years. Because at that 10 years, number one, his testosterone levels are beginning to reduce. Because at the earlier years, that testosterone makes him too boisterous, too looking for fight. Everything is very egotistical. You can't talk to him. His eyes are everywhere. Too much energy. When those things begin to drop, he becomes a bit more like a woman in quote. He now seeks connection, seeks communication, seeks, intimacy, not just sex. Before, he will just sex is what concerns him. He's not even watching if he's satisfying his wife. He just enter and come out, But now he likes to hug, he likes to talk, he likes to hang out. The children are growing now. He wants to, So basically, generally, we find out that patience is important, and they've also found out that marriages that can survive the 10-year mark usually are not likely to divorce. Divorce happens anywhere on around 5 to 7 years.
Yeah.
So if you can stick it through, they found out that marriage sometimes goes in seasons. There are some bad seasons, then you find out the people pull out of that bad season and things start to get better, but it takes some patience. So second P is patience. Third P is perspective. So we teach people that, sometimes what you're calling a bad marriage is just your perspective of it.
Yeah.
All right. If you married somebody that never saw romance, his father never hugged his mother, his father never kissed his mother, his father never hugged him or kissed him, and you are saying he's not romantic, my sister, you are the one that have problem. He's trying his best. All right, you understand perspective. Why is it acting the way he's acting? You marry. I remember my Pastor Godman and his wife shared something I liked so much. How that when they were young in the marriage, one of the things that caused quarrel for them was locking the door and not locking the door. The wife was a child of a military officer, so the guy was very security conscious. So every night he would go around, check all the doors and windows, and lock everywhere. So the children grew up with that sense of security from their dad. Pastor Godman, on the other hand, he grew up in a house where it was a polygamous home. I think they had up to 40 or whatever people living in the house. A polygamous home. If you have that amount of people, you don't lock the door because you don't know who is coming, who is going, who is not in yet, who hasn't come. So you don't lock the door. And if you want to come and rob them, it's not to your advantage to rob a house that has 40 people inside. It's not just a great idea. So they don't really lock their door. So when they both got married, she was expecting him to always go around and check the door, and he leaves the door open. Because that's how he grew up. So perspective. What you complain about, maybe your dad used to wash your mom's car. Maybe in this guy's house, that was not what he saw. Maybe your dad used to give pocket money or feeding money, all those perspectives. So number 3, make sure it's not just an issue of perspective. If you know what the person is struggling with, you'll find that the marriage might not be as bad as you think. I remember I was sharing a funny story of how I was in Dubai. I went to watch a match, and View Center. The match ended around 1 a.m. Champions League. So I took a cab from the viewing center back to the hotel, and I sat in front. I like sitting in front. So I sat in front. 1 a.m. middle of the night. So the driver was chewing gum and shaking his head, shaking his head. I was saying, okay, he will soon stop. He will soon stop. He will soon stop. The guy very irritating, and shaking. He was shaking his head. I said, what kind of irritating things? This after a while, I couldn't take it anymore. I just started blasting the guy. What kind of behavior is this? It's not professional. In front of your clients, you don't even have customer service. I was giving him my coaching skills. And the guy at some point now stopped me and said, the reason why he's chewing gum like that is because he's normally in, night shift, 12 midnight to like 7 a.m. And then he sleeps during the day, but on this particular day, he did not sleep. So as he's driving me, he's feeling sleepy.
Wow.
Feeling very sleepy. That's why he's chewing the gum to stay awake.
Perspective.
The moment I found out that gum was saving my life, I said, start to chew that gum. I want to be hearing you. If you stop, chew loudly. I can even join you. If you have an hour and give me, we'll chew together till we get to our destination. We must make it today. I'm too young to die. So that thing I thought I could not tolerate, that was intolerable, became admirable because it was for my good. It was a fair attempt. If a man came from a house where the father beats the mother, and he is only screaming at you, you should know that he has made progress from the generation he's coming from. It's progress. Because the father never showed him how to take care of anger. he by himself has managed to pipe down the anger from physical beating to just shouting once in a while. He has walked though.
Yeah,
He should even be appreciated. He has made progress. He has made progress, but you don't know. For you, you're comparing it to something else. So the perspective that I don't know what number that is. Then there is projection on that P. It
4.
means 4. Okay. I'm giving you a full book and full seminar.
Stop.
So when I go pay Ochol.
Stop. Sorry, you need to. Please go to PK's YouTube channel. If I because we're speaking, somebody said I watched this yesterday.
Wow.
Go to YouTube. Thank you, sir. You have given 3 full P's out of 7. You have tried. Let's
let me give one more before I go.
okay.
Next P is project. So whatever you want to see in somebody, project it to them.
Yeah.
If you want to see kindness in them, show them kindness. Even when they are not showing kindness, show them kindness. So that's what the Bible teaches actually. All these other things we're adding is not directly in the Bible. The one that the Bible teaches about the bad marriage is project good behavior. 1 Peter 3. It says, if your husband does not obey the word of God, you that are spiritual, let him change because of your behavior. So project good behavior. If he's shouting, apologize. If he's shouting, you pipe down. If he's rude, you be polite. If he's stingy, you be generous. If he's not romantic, you be romantic. If he doesn't show, am I sure? If he doesn't show courtesy, you show courtesy. Project whatever you want to see from him, and he will eventually begin to pick it up. He will start to experience it. Some people you are trying to show the benefit of peace have never experienced peace. They don't know what peace is. They've never seen a marriage that has harmony. They've never seen that before. So you have to teach them patience, teach them those things, show them, let them experience it for the first time. They will start to like it. All right. So project what you want to. So that's how PM helped me financially. I was a financial wreck, dangerous person financially. I make money, but I spend it faster than I make it. And God told her, don't rebuke him, don't correct him, just show him.
Wow.
So she always had money. In fact, at one point, God led her to start saving for me without my knowing. Wow. And when I saw how much she had saved, I said, how much have you saved now? You people, how much? Leave this thing. We will believe in big money. The time she showed me how much she saved, I was like, what? So we have this kind of money? She said, yeah. So from then on, I saw the benefit of saving and of being wise, better manager of money. She didn't rebuke me or correct me. She just projected a better way. So you must have that ability, all right, to project. Last P I will mention, I'm not sure which one now. Praise.
I'm going to number 5.
Praise. When people are difficult, it's rare to meet a husband or wife that is bad in every area. It's rare. If you marry somebody that is bad in every area, you are the problem. How did you go and marry this kind of person? So you are our main problem. But if it's a normal person you marry, they might have many bad areas, but they must have 1 or 2 or 3 good areas. What you would do is to start praising them for that what they're doing right. Because the tendency, especially for women, but both genders have this, the tendency is to focus on what's not working. And you keep complaining about that. But do the opposite. Start praising them for the one they are doing well. Praise them so much for that one they're doing well. People get addicted to praise. People get used to praise. The more you praise them, they will start saying, I'm too appreciated and too big for this kind of thing. They've done those experiments many times where they bring students in a class, divide them, and take the ones that are not so brilliant and tell everybody these are the top students in the class. And they start praising them and treating them special. And they find out all those students actually now become the top students in the class. While the ones that were actually top, because they were being despised and given low scores, they started behaving that way. So people rise or fall eventually to your perspective or appreciation of them. So start to praise that person. So I can stop here because I won't preach on someone one day.
And you see, part of why I wanted you to is the tendencies for some people is that this life will end here. But if someone step forward to go check out some of these things, they will pay more attention. And I like somebody is putting up a challenge in the comment. I like it because you see, until some of these challenges come, people don't have the opportunity to see us give perspective. The person is referring Osinachi, the person is referencing this, how we keep them Z or something. You're referencing, you're right in terms of your asking, but you're not right in terms of your conclusion. I'm going to say something and I'll let PK really come in on that. You see, one of the things I'll add to what PK has said is part of the answer to this person. If we stay out there and listen to everybody who has a negative perspective on truth, we will never have the capacity to change anything. Anything. Now, every bad story you hear out there, testimonies abound where truth has prevailed. And you see, sometimes people run with half-truths. For instance, if you manage to have watched PK's interview with me, where we talked some legal things and all of that, which he has been sharing clips of, for you to go to YouTube, you realize that we came to the conclusion that the covenant of life is stronger than the covenant of death. And that there are cases where you need to run for help.
We even said that today now. We said it now that there are different type of bad marriage. The one you should work on, the one you should cope with, and the one you should run. We said it today now.
Exactly. So people pick one aspect of a message and run down every other. It's wrong. Actually, when people do that, it means you did not have the patience to take full perspective
of what is being said.
PK said these three things even here tonight, like he just mentioned. I remember now. All right. So it's so important. And let me add this to the person who needs to work on their marriage. When you find a marriage workable, do not listen to people who tell you to work out.
Yes.
Because let me say this and put it out there. My mom went home to be with the Lord 10 years ago. Before then, my parents had been divorced for 20 years. Let me tell you what I observed firsthand. Firsthand. My dad had been remarried 3 times afterwards. My parents still have solid feeling. See, people just think divorce ends a relationship.
Yes, it's not easy.
See, this is something I have not said anywhere. I'm going to say it here for perspective. This year, when I put out my mom's post on her 10th anniversary, my dad called me again and pleaded with me to please, we all feel it, we all remember. Wait, they were divorced for 20 years. So this, if she was alive, this would have been 30th year. My father counseled me to please, I'm just trying to do 10th year, remember. He counseled me to please, I was surprised, like, this is 30
still has reaction. Still has reaction.
You're not a monster. This is somebody you shared life with.
Yes.
You may not be together, but there are dynamics to it. Then as a product of a broken system, I can tell you, we don't rush people into a divorce. We don't. I know what it takes to come out of a home that is broken. So social media may tell you, leave the house. Do you know there are people you are telling leave the house? They don't even have means to go and rent a house.
Of course.
Of course. So when a counselor talks, it talks against a backdrop. Talks against a major. My sister is here shouting, bros. Sorry. So let me allow people.
And to add, one of the P's among the 7 P's is to part ways. That's the last one. If it's not working, part ways. So trust me, we are seasoned people. We're not people that started doing this thing because we didn't have work. This is the calling, and we are seasoned in it. Close to 30 years doing this job. So there's a lot I've seen. Now, I can't give nonsense advice. Trust me. And by the way, for everybody watching, please go and follow Relationship and Marriage Ministry right now. You will see it as you click on top of our this thing now. You will see their handle. You don't even have to leave here. You will see follow. Click and follow them. They just started their new page, Relationship and Marriage. So just go now. Help us follow their page and even share with your people that feed on, like this kind of material. Share it with people. Share it. It's not only prayer, these people share. Share knowledge too. Share knowledge, you are big. Nigeria problem has passed just praying now. We need people that have the sense to do things better. And don't forget, if you are in the cities we are coming to, if you're in Europe, send me a message. We have a Europe team. If you're in Dubai, send me a message. We are putting together a Dubai team. We want to come to Dubai. If you are in Winnipeg, I'm in Winnipeg next week. If you're in Maryland, I'm in Maryland this week. If you're in Calgary, I'm in Calgary next week as well. If you're in Cameroon, I'm coming to Cameroon. If you're in Australia, tickets are out. My brother, Ochol, I don't know if you know how far Australia is. I didn't know it's far like that, though.
Farthest continent from Africa.
Yeah, I didn't know. I know it's far, but I didn't know how far we're talking.
Oh, you know when we met in Lagos, you were mentioning. I thought you were aware.
No, I didn't know how bad. I started really buying tickets.
You would do from here. You would do at least 24 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes. Sir.
Then from America, you should be doing an 18-hour.
Yeah. The kind of tickets I'm seeing and the prices, the price itself, they are not friendly.
This matter you have touched. Let me, in fact, it will be my last question. We have 8 minutes to the hour. Between, supporting ministries like this or paying for sessions, I see our dear sister, you acknowledged earlier, Beauty Akpai, she was the one live with us yesterday. I mean, she's been meeting with a lot of people and all of that. You just talked about tickets. How much goes into doing, you are calling Cameroon, Winnipeg, Maryland. Let me compare 2 tickets for perspective. I see ticketing. I know we do free events. We have discussed this in the past about partnership, about ticketing and all of that. Even the ticket I see that you ticket cannot buy the ticket you're talking about right now.
Yes.
So please, can you share perspective as to cost of delivering the relationship and marriage ministry around the world?
Trust me, I'm gonna, I've been saying it, but me and PM have not had time to sit down to do it. We want to do something on finances for the body of Christ. Liquid family, but we'll do tours around finances. Gift in Italy, send me a message. We're coming to Europe now. Or anybody in Europe here, send me a DM. So I'll add it to Europe team. So we want to do something on finances because a lot of Christians and churches are broke.
Yeah.
That's the truth. People don't know. So they look at 1 or 2 or 3 people that have private jets, 5 or 6 people that have Rolls Royce, and they think that is the story of churches. Then they start fighting all churches.
Yeah.
Many churches can't even keep their lights on, can't keep the door open. So when you see people teaching or fighting against tithing or giving or generosity, these people are really being inspired by the devil. The people might have okay intentions, but the background of that talk is satanic, and the impact is to, cut off what God is trying to do with his church. People, there is so much scarcity. I looked at when these people that are not saved do their own shows. I've never seen one person complain about a ticket to go and watch. I've never heard it.
At all.
Never come across it. Maybe it exists though, but I have never come across somebody saying, "Oh, why is Ashake charging? Why is Davido charging?"
You are going for people are selling assets in the UK to buy season tickets to watch football.
Not seen one complaint.
In the hotel we stayed in London September, the guy in the front desk is a staunch Arsenal fan. He works reception in hotel. He has season tickets.
Yes.
In fact, I said something by the way, and the guy just jumped on it. He said his season ticket. I said, nobody's complaining.
Yes.
That is the game you just go and have fun.
Yes.
About lives and marriages.
Wait. And the footballers are richer than the fans.
Yes.
But nobody is complaining.
Yes.
But in the body of Christ, if God blesses the pastor, it's a crime because his members are poor. Davido, people watching Davido, do they have 30 million? Are they big 30 big gang? So, people watching Lionel Messi and Ronaldo, are they as rich? So, the philosophy. In one popular blog, they put a post of Davido that he had to go to 4 or 5 countries in a matter of days, and they said, only private jet can go. Of course, he was going by private jet. Only private jet can do this. And they said, see hard work. This is hard work in force. Then they'll see an old man like a Pastor Matthew that has been in ministry for over 50 years. They will see an old man like Papa Oyedepo. They'll see an old man like Papa Adeboye. These guys have been in ministry for 50, 60 years, and they also cover that much ground for spiritual benefit and mental benefit of people. Compared to that musician that is just, nothing is going to be added to your life. Nothing. But the world world values that musician flying a jet, wearing expensive jewelry. It's not luxury if it's that worldly musician that has it. But the moment it's a pastor that has it, it is luxury. It is a satanic spirit. I just want, and I'm not trying to convert unbelievers. Unbelievers, I don't blame them. There's no better. They can't know better. Who I'm speaking with is a person that is supposed to be a Christian, but does not have this sense, spiritual sense to understand. So, talking about these stores, the ticket to fly people from Nigeria, economy class, to Australia is somewhere around 5 or 6 million naira. And we go with a team because there are people that do different things on those tours. 6 million naira. If 3 or 4 people go alone, that's ticket. We're not counting hotel or lodging. Now, that is flight to Australia, not flight within Australia, because we're doing 6 cities. So this team of people are going to fly from Melbourne to Sydney, from Sydney to Canberra, from Canberra to Adelaide. They're going to fly within this team of people. I've not had my own ticket and the stress and everything. So these tickets being sold are not covering the price of the event. It's just allowing you to contribute something so that we will not. If Australia alone should cost somewhere around 100K US or more.
Wow.
So imagine if I'm planning to go to Australia and I'm looking for 100K, I'll first look for the money to come and teach you how to have sense. And then some of you will still not have sense. So it's just unreasonable talk, and I want to see how we can help people get better sense. Because what they don't realize that thinking of being stingy is robbing. Everybody's being robbed. When you do not give, you too do not receive. So you remain poor and you keep grumbling at people that are giving and being blessed. So it keeps the church poor. God's strategy for empowering his people is very simple. You sow, he blesses you, you also bless the work, he blesses you, you bless the work. So the church or the work is going on, you too, your life is going on. If you keep the system going, everybody's blessed. And it's not a new system. It has been what God instituted from day one. When the children of Israel left slavery, there were, 12 tribes? There was one of the tribes that were asked not to work. Yeah. Those were the Levites. He told them, don't give them land, don't give them anything. Because attending to the remaining 11 tribes' spiritual well-being is more important than planting corn and planting yam. Yeah. He said, the rest of you that have land, bring a tithe out of what you have, give it to those priests so that they will focus solely on taking care of you. And the way ministry works, if you pastor billionaires, you will be blessed. Is there? You can't avoid it. If you pastor people my pastor in my village, he was asking for money to repair his motorcycle. The motorcycle had spoiled. But you see, somebody somewhere is saying pastors are enjoying. Which ones are you talking about? Exactly. Are you talking about the 5 or 6 people pastoring a vice president, pastoring a conglomerate owner, pastoring an MD? If you are pastoring an MD, of course you will look like the MD now. You will look rich. Imagine somebody that has a Dangote and a Tesla in his church. How will he not have jets now? That would not be an issue. But the guy in the village, also pastoring a hungry farmer, will also be hungry like the farmer. That's how the gospel has always been.
Exactly.
So,
and this year, in fact, there's a day I got a major perspective, and the contemplation in my heart was, when last did you travel public transport? When last? So it just occurred to me, the way you have your private car, that's not a level where you have to have it's a
yes, sir.
So the way you take public transport of a bus is the way the general sign has become a public transport to a person at a certain. Because some of the thoughts you are talking about, truth be told, if somebody hears now that you did private jet, the person will be doing bad belly. But how do you take in this? You know, when we spoke about this live, you told me you will be in America. I said, kai. How? Because I knew you were in Leicester on Sunday.
Yes.
So, I just did the math. You feel back. That's the truth. All right. Yeah. So it's so I beg, sir. I beg. You don't do. It's 1 minute past the hour.
So for people, when we are doing tours and things like that, please, if it's a ticketed one, it's not all that are ticketed, but if it's a ticketed one, be joyful to give. But beyond that, even ask for what else. you can do. The good thing about Australia, we had somebody that paid for one of the venues.
Wow.
I think it cost about $7,000 or $10,000. I can't remember how much, or 7 or 5. The person paid for it, paid for our visas, paid for many things. So we need people like that God will touch to support. It makes things work. Only from Italy, send message. If you're in Europe, send us message so that we'll add it to Europe tour. We're planning to come to Europe hopefully next year. We need all of you in Europe. Send me a DM if you're not in the team yet. If you're in Dubai as well, send me a message. If you're in Winnipeg, see you next week. So we need people like that so that we help.
Exactly.
If you're in Cameroon or if you're in Australia, all those things. Support. That's the way the gospel will go around. We still have many ground to cover. We've not gone to all the places we want to go. And it takes money to go. It takes money to go. The airlines don't understand that this is a ministry.
You
They
don't
don't
get
understand that.
tongues. Malakaso, give it to me. Okay, sir. It's been an hour. We'll just let you close this so that we can all move. Thank you so much for doing this. Thank you so much
Thank
and for
you.
and support.
I had such a good time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'll see if I can post share and collaborate you if I can. I hope I know what to do.
Yes, please.
Because
Yes,
usually
sir.
it's my team that does all these things, but I'll try.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It sounds good.